All right, you guys. So we're going to review dividing decimals. So today you're going to turn to a clean page in your notebook. You're going to write today's date on it. You're going to write your title. And there's really two parts to dividing decimals. There's one when you have a decimal and you're dividing it by a whole number. And then there's one where you're taking a decimal and dividing it by a decimal. So today we're just going to focus on decimal divided by a whole number. And here's your example. We have 6 and 35 hundredths divided by 5. So 6 and 35 hundredths is your dividend. It's the number you're breaking up. And then the 5 is your divisor, the parts you're breaking it into. So you're breaking 6 and 35 hundredths into 5 parts, or 5 groups. So the number, your dividend, your first number here, is the one that goes in your bracket. So we have 6 and 35 hundredths. The divisor is the one that goes on the outside. Okay, so when you have your decimal inside this bracket, all you need to do is move your decimal straight up. And then you just divide like normal. So cover it up as you go. So how many times can 5 go into 6 without going over? Once. Because 1 times 5 is 5. 6 minus 5 is 1. Slide your finger over. You do not need to bring this decimal down. You already moved it up. You're going to bring down your 3. So now you have 13. How many times can 5 go into 13 without going over? 2. 2 times 5 is 10. 13 minus 10 is 3. Slide your finger over. Okay, so how many times can 5 go into 35 without going over? 7. Good. 7 times 5 is 35. 35 minus 35 is 0. When you have a decimal as your answer, you should not have a remainder. If you get a remainder, something's wrong. So your answer to this problem is 1 and 27 hundredths. Okay, so for today, you guys are going to go to your Google, the next link, your Google Forms, and you have 4 problems to work on there. The last 2 problems do not have multiple choice. You need to actually type in your answer. One of them is just like you'll type in a number answer. The next one, I'm asking you a question to explain your work. So you really need to think about it first. Remember, you guys have these notes in your note, like notes similar to this when we did decimals. Go back through your notebook and find where we did dividing decimals and use those notes too. So you're going to have to explain something to me and you're going to have to type it. So remember, when it gets that red squiggly line underneath your words, it means it's spelled wrong. So you can right click on it and it will give you a list of the words that it thinks it is. So then you can choose the correct spelling. So there's no reason why you guys should have misspelled words. And make sure you reread your work that it makes sense. All right. Good luck today.